Starting the recording. Alright, video should we go here now? Alright. Hey guys, welcome back to rest of your day, and this will be a little bit of a late video tonight. I'm actually going to upload this in the next morning. So, I figured I'd go do a video just revealing the roster for the COT series for the season. And I'll also show some off too for the Cup series in the video. So first off, yes, I will be running the finale in the CRL 96. That will be ran tomorrow on the recording of this video, the day of this video comes out. I do want to do a broadcast for this race. I'm going to see how it is on Friday. Because I plan to go play disc golf tomorrow morning when this video is basically already out. And then I will have the race ran whenever I get back. So, more likely I will do a recording for the finale because it is the final race of the season. So, going into the championship race, it is Caleb Campbell and Jalen Bales going at it for the championship. JJ has a 6-point lead over Caleb. Caleb does have 2 more wins, including some of the recent races, too. He won Martinsville and Phoenix last race right now in the series. Oh, another fun fact, too, as my computer just mess around with little pop-ups on the start. Cam Spitter has 3 wins in that series season. And, you know what's funny? He's 15th in the standings. But when I was looking at his stat line real quick, 17 drivers in this series right here have had double-digit or more top 10s this season. So that's probably why Cam has like 3 wins somehow, just based on a lot of cars ranked top 10, a lot of parity in the field. But Caleb and Jalen, they're really kind of able to separate themselves from the rest of the field and with what their points gap is, which I won't talk about much in the recording. I do have some of the championship or the points battles I will likely talk about in that video already planned for that video already. But anyway, this stuff is for the other series here on the channel. So we'll be talking about this one a good bit here, and I'll go ahead and knock out the little short part. So for the final 10 races of the Cup Series season, I did just do that points preview yesterday about the points and everything. So I decided to do something else this morning. This is a thought I had while I was doing my grass this morning. So your top 10 in the points, I figured there should be a way I should signify who is in the top 10. And no, this is not a way of doing a chase or a playoff. This is basically just me just want to, I guess, who is currently the top 10 among the full-time drivers in the points. And then once we get to the final 5 races, I will have an elimination cut based on mathematical points. So kind of 40 points is where that cut is, so probably it probably won't fully cut down all the way to like the final 3-ish or so races when we because when we get to the final few races just for the championship battle. So starting at Nashville, you won't really see this in video. You'll see this at Darlington in that race. I will be updating the schemes too as it goes on. I just updated the cars. The top 10 the points are running right now. I will also note too real quick, Eli Johnson is like 5 points from being in the top 10 in the points. I was going to include him in this, but I was like, no, let me just go ahead and do the current top 10 right now in this field. So Jet Turner, and of course all the drivers, you will notice who they are in the championship contention in the points based on the rear spoiler of the car. So red spoilers for everybody because red is my favorite color. And I figured it'd be fun to do that here. I could have done something like the banner or something, but I didn't really want to mess them too much if I messed something up with the schemes on a GIF or whatever. And I'm not really sure how I would be able to pull off a spoiler too on the spoiler, so I wasn't going to try that as well. Jalen Bell's 5 car. She is running her special D scheme more times a year. I do got to make a Lego scheme for her too for Darlington. That's one scheme I got to make for you to the 7500, and I'm almost 2-ish or a week and a half from now. Brady C in Double Zero, you don't really see his much because he does have the Raising Cane scheme on for this weekend. Is a red car. Emma Bartlett, it does kind of blend in with her Academy scheme a little bit with the red from the Academy, but not too much. It is noticeable track. I actually already looked on the game. I did a test race on the Atlanta race for the 96 finale, and I put like some of the cars in that race, like these cars and all the other cars in the Cup Series season, and you can notice who's got the red spoilers or not in the recording and everything. Joshua Bartlett in the 17, he is top 10 in the standings. Jalen Turner in the 20 in the Bucky scheme for this race, and Gracie Bartlett. Gracie does have a new paint scheme, and something I will note too, this will be something I'll note in the roster here in a minute. She could be a driver to look out for possibly go for some more wins here pretty soon. Also, she is actually second in Rookie of the Year standings and does have a possible shot at running Megan Bell down for the Rookie of the Year titles. They are 2 drivers top 10 here in the field. Jace Turner, then myself here, and then Megan Bell. And funny enough too, I don't know how I messed this up, but I didn't have this scheme with my Air 2003 cars. I actually had to go into the game and pull it back out. And I noticed that I didn't have the car anymore when I was making this because it was not on my saved car list or whatever. But anyway, that is all the small stuff out of the way. So in this video, like I said, I will be doing the whole roster for this series, and I will quickly go over the schedule too. 24 races here. So this will be a little bit of a COT season here just for fun. First time really doing a COT cars in about 2 years. I last did them in the stop motion series, the Mountain Dew Cot series. Jalen Bales, that was actually her first career championship, and she's looking for a fifth tomorrow, and possibly, for my predictions, a sixth career championship in the Cup series. And JJ does have a shot in this series too as well, but there are about 28 other drivers who will have just that much of a shot when we start off this season. We also ran this series in 2003 with the 2011 mod back in 2022. That was Jace Turner's first official championship. In his first year, he won 2 titles and got his third and fourth in 2023. Hasn't won one since. But anyway, let's go look at who's in the roster for this field here. So, like I said, 29 drivers. This will also be a series for a good few drivers who tried their first series here. I have not done the rating system yet for this series in the mod. So I haven't really done any testing yet either for these cars. I will say though too, whenever I do videos, I will be careful with them because the cars' quality don't look great in on the game. I think it's like they look good here, but they're like kind of blurred on the game, so they might look a little weird some races. So I may only do like the start season and the finale. I'm pretty sure the season opener track does have a show good, but like Denver Motorsport Park, they don't show good there. Also, I just did a little promo shot for this on the old Atlanta, and they didn't show good there either. But anyway, so like I said, this series will kind of be a new opportunity for a lot of the newer drivers, especially the last few weeks that have came in to kind of show what they can do in a full series here. Another series for some other newer drivers are running good in, and just another shot at the championship for a lot of the drivers who have really been quiet contenders for the championships this year. First, I'm starting off with Kiera Strickland in the number 1 car. This will be her first full series. She just made her league debut at Portland a few weeks ago, and she's raised pretty solid so far. I'm not sure what kind of ratings I'll give her with this number 1 car. And it's funny, I do a draft with these cars now. I started this with a 96 season, where I basically have it to be where the champions pick first based on wins for them. Then everybody else is based on most to least wins. So Kiera being a newer driver with no wins, it's kind of crazy. The number 1 car just fell on her lap there. Whenever I got to the number, when I was doing the drivers with their numbers, I somehow made the 1 car accidentally fall this far, and I didn't realize like Jet Turner could have gotten this car for all I could think of. But yeah, that did not happen, unfortunately for Jet. But yeah, Kira, it'll be really fun to see what she can do here in this series. Then Mega Bell, she'll be the number 2 car, kind of going back to her Penske roots a little bit for this series. Don't worry, she'll also be on Cam Spinner's team and Cup next year in the next gen car in Chevrolet. I just figured it'd be fun to have her run this number 2 car. I mean, she does run this car as well in the 96 series season. Also, she's actually just kind of jumped to the top 10 in the points here late in the season. She was close to a couple wins as well. Just either just some dumb luck in the game or just hasn't been able to pull off the win with how strong like Caleb, Jalen, heck, even Emma Bartlett training wells. They've been very strong over there in that series so far. Jalen Balance, she'll be in the 5. I originally had her in the 24, but I think I had her in the 5 instead. Just let her kind of run this car here. Maybe just take a break from winning championships because she has been very dominant this year, and I know I'm going to be in a really good car too. Don't worry, guys. I am not going to try to push for this championship in this season. But yeah, Jalen Bales, very good this year so far. And with me and her really being the contenders in the 96 season, I will say there is some extra motivation from both of us to really just perform very strong right now with things going on outside of racing. And that's one really big thing I mean, we've already been like the drivers have won 40% of the races this year. But, when you get that extra motivation as a driver, you start performing a little bit more better and a little bit more harder sometimes. And yeah, that's exactly what it's been for me and JJ so far recently in these races. Gracie Bartlett, she'll be in the 6 car. So Gracie, I really feel like she's slowly about to start kind of getting better and winning some races here pretty soon because I have worked on upping her ratings a little bit to where she was. And she probably should have already been there anyway with how she's been performing. But yeah, Gracie Bartlett, I feel like this will be a good season for her to go out and get some more wins. And I would look out for her as a possible dark horse for this championship. They have Carly C in the number 7, so I thought it'd be funny to have Carly C being Robbie Gordon's number 7 car for no reason in this series here. Carly hasn't really contended much, and it is looking like she will likely run in the secondary series for the year-long format in the Xfinity cars next year, as one of the main Cup drivers from the last few years has ran Cup every single year. Yeah, Carly C, nothing much else to say there. Maybe she'll get a random win. She hasn't actually gotten a win yet this year, so we'll see if she can pull one off here. Then you have Jet Turner. So Jet, he's actually has had a very solid year in contending for wins and looking to be possibly a championship contender as well in other series. Still be interested to see what Jet can do here in the number 9 car. Like I said, the number 1 honestly probably should have fallen to him, but I didn't realize, and I was like, hey, let's put him in Casey Kane's number 9 here, the Budweiser scheme. And yeah, I could have probably had Kira run his car instead because it probably would have been chosen by then. But yeah, Jet Turner, I think it'd be fun to see what he can do here. And I would say definitely kind of like Gracie, watch out for her. I was keep an eye out for Jet as well in that championship contention category because realistically, almost half of this field should really be a championship contender in his league at this point. Then you have Riley Pope in the double zero, so this will be Riley's first real series like Kira in the CRL. Of course, Riley Pope does run in the County Cup Series. I don't know his full stats for everything. I know he doesn't run up front too much to be a major threat in the races. I know he did get a win this year at Canadian Tire and all that stuff. I do watch spinner stuff usually whenever he has that stuff posted. And yeah, Riley Pope will be has been a very interesting add-on so far, and we'll just see how he can work out in the Zero car. Also, I will note too, this series only has drivers that are planning to run full time next year, so you won't see Kate Summers, Benny Scholes, the other Scholes in this field, or Cheryl Simmons because they're all not returning next year. Then you have Connor Little in the number 11. So Connor, kind of like just like Riley, over from the county series side, Connor does run their secondary series full time, I believe. And I don't really know how he does there a lot. I don't even know how that series started on season because I don't think Cam's had the first update video. I'm pretty sure they ran Daytona for that series, but I don't even remember the result of that race. That was a while ago when I saw that. Yeah, Connor Little, it'll be just like Riley, be interesting what he does here in this series here, just getting used to the CRL side of how these races go and play out. And yeah, it'll be for see what he does because him and Nick Owens here in a bit, they kind of fall into some good Toyotas. There's really not many committed Toyota drivers in this league right now. Then you have Trinity Wells in number 12. So I think it'd be fun to have Trinity run this 12 car for Penske. And, you know, Trinity's first full series is actually that 96 season, and she has ran really good there. I mean, right now, currently sitting third in the standings with 4 wins on the season. You know, I would say look out for Trinity here, but I don't know this 12 car will run too good. But anyway, still keep your eye out for her because she is already looking to be a contender in this league, even though this is not really her first full year. Next year will be. But yeah, she has been really strong so far in this field. Then you have Jalen Turner. You know, Jalen definitely very, very silent on the track whenever you just don't know when she's going to get there and be a major contender. And yeah, she's been really good this year so far on contending for the championships a good bit or just being up there in the top 10. Hasn't really won a lot this year so far, but I think Jalen can get some more wins here, and I do think she will win the Southern 500 on year-long format this year as well. Of course, she's been close to winning some of the 96 races too, but hasn't been able to pull it off at the end of the races. And she's the highest in the points that win over there too, as well. We're currently 5th in the standings. It looks like she'll easily get 5th or 6th in that series. But yeah, Jalen Turner in the 14 here. It'll be fun to see what she can do in this Stewart Haas Racing 14 here. Then you have Emma Bartlett. So Emma, she's low-key a bit of a dark horse in the Cup Series championship fight, but I think she'll definitely be a full season contender here without a doubt with how she does run in the Cup Series. And I think she'll get some more wins. And, you know, Emma Bartlett, she's also been running good in the 96 series as well. 4 wins, just like Trinity, right there, 4th in the standings. Yeah, Emma Bartlett, she's starting to really become a perennial contender, it looks like. And, you know, this is why I'm saying look out for, like, Gracie, something we'll probably see. Probably just seeing the Bartlett's kind of jump more because something else, too, I will say, too, with the wins considered. A lot of these drivers who are, like, not Caleb, not Jalen, not Jace, not Braden, not William, they have not won a lot yet, and they really need to start building up and trying to get some race wins in these series in the overall category. But, you know, Emma Bartlett, too, she's still looking for that first Cup win as well. Sorry, I had a little hiccup there. So she's really looking for that. I think Emma Bartlett, she is still a very solid driver in this league so far. You have William Bell 17. And you know, for Will, I do think a second career championship is overdue for him. One thing I will say, though, this year, he's been kind of held back from that injury a little bit. You know, he was I thought he would win the NHIS title, which I ended up winning, unfortunately for him. And he was runner-up in the standings, finally winning at Atlanta. I think this is going to be the series where William could get the championship done this year. I did say that for the 96 series and NHIS as well, though, and did not work out that way. But, I mean, still got some optimism for William here. He's still one of the main perennial contender drivers here in the league. And I think he just needs a good season in this series here to really show it once again that he can be up here as a championship contender in this league. They have Nico as the 18 car, and this is definitely a big spot for him to fall, or a big car for him to fall in his lap here. Based on the picking order, like I said, the Toyotas were really kind of ignored there because there's really not many Toyota-based drivers in his league right now. And Nick Owens definitely jumped in there, was able to get a good spot here in number 18. And we'll just see how he does here in this series season. And he got Alex Harmon 19. So funny enough, I actually had Alex in the 42 car. Then I realized, wait, why did I leave the 19 open? I think same thing for like the 43 as well. Just also the one car just had a bunch of spots just left open. For Alex though, he's been pretty solid in 96 series and has ranked pretty good overall. I think he will get a first win this year by the end of this year in something likely Talladega and Cup or somewhere here. But Alex Harmon will be in the number 19 car here in this series. Then even Nia Ferris. So this is actually Nia J. I want to put her real name here in this series. So yes, I will make sure her stuff's updated next year with her real name next year. And yeah, she's in a Toyota too. Spoiler, she will be in a Toyota next year based on the plans I have right now for Evergreen Racing. And yeah, Nia Ferris will be in the number 20 car here in the season. And fun enough too, because I actually had a little say here for like a little career mode thing. I actually had this 20 car for that career mode because originally this is the 2010 season cars, which was the first year of me racing full time basically now. And I drove the number 20. So that's a fun little coincidence with Nia Ferris being in the number 20 car in the series. So now you got the 24, and this is another one of the newer drivers making their first season debut. Alexis Fraser here in the number 24. So originally, like I said, I had Jalen 24, but actually when I did the roster in today, I realized I had Jalen 5 actually. So Lexi would have been the 24 most likely then. So yeah, the now 24 fell to her lap. And this will be very interesting to see because she's already has made a pretty good mark in the first 3 races she's ran in the Cup Series so far. 2 top 5s, no stars, plus a win at Portland. I think we'll see Lexi probably do really good. Winning the championship, probably not, but I would not be surprised to see her as a possible driver contending for the title in this series here. And let's just see what Lexi can do here in the series here. It'll be really fun to have her in this season anyway. And then Kieran Corby. So my friend Kieran, he was a pretty big Kevin Harvick fan before he roots for Keselowski now. So I figured why not have him be in the number 29 car here in this series season. Kieran is another driver I will say I could see contending for a championship here in the future. Not sure about this series fully yet because he can run close to the top 10 in the points. Just hasn't been a major like threat for a title just yet. I mean he's getting there, but it's kind of just like what I've been saying with some of the other drivers here. You can get there, but are you going to be able to close it out whenever the deal comes up for you to go for the championship? And Kieran, I think he can run good, but we'll see if he can go for the championship here in the series. So now you have your last 2 drivers of the UK group here, drivers. Cameron Perkins in the 31. So, I was trying to find a Chevy spot for Cameron. This was the best one I found for him. Jeff Burns 31 car. And, of course, one I completely missed, number 1 car in the list as well. But, yeah, Cameron will be in the 31 car in the season here. And really just for him, just try to see if he can go out there and get another win this year. And he's actually been really solid in year-long format, I say. He is now 12th in the standings there as well in that series. And kind of 18th, though, in the 96 series. Not too great there. But Cameron Perkins, I think he can run solid. But it's just 1 and 2 in this field right now, with especially a good few of the add-ons. This series just seems to be really competitive right now, so it's really hard, I say, to stay very consistent in the series here. And we'll see if Cameron can rise to that occasion here in this one. Then you have Cam Spinner, and funny enough, looking at Cam's wins this year, he's won in crazy ways so far, where he's kind of gotten lucky in the wins. I say except for one of the wins, but yeah, Spinner still a perennial contender in the field here in the league. Second most wins without a championship too, by the way. We'll get to your winningest one at the end of this list. But Cam Spinner in 33 car, he reigned as 33 actually in the last COT series I did on this channel, so I figured why not run it back with him here. I think he'll get a win here again. But everything else, we'll just see what happens here throughout the season. Then you have Rick Johnson. So, unfortunately for Rick, statistically, he has been the worst driver overall this year. I think it's something with the car a little bit, though, because I've boosted his ratings. Sorry, I have a little bit. I keep getting my nose sniffles. This is why I just want to talk for long in the video without breaking, drinking water. But yeah, Rick Johnson, statistically not the best driver this year, so he'll probably be the same way here in this series here. And, he's actually is on 21st in the 96 series, though. But, yeah, he just hasn't really had a great year so far for a first full year. And, yeah, we'll see how he does here in this series, 34 car. Then you have another mainline title threat, Jace Turner. So, like I said, kind of what Jace, Jalen, and Caleb. Just really need to see them slow down winning the championships, even though Jace hasn't won one almost 2 years now. Just trying to see the new drivers come up here and winning and going for race wins and championships, of course. Jace Turner is still really good this year, though. He's right there in contention for the Cup Series title as well at the moment. And yeah, it'll be fun to see what Jace can do here in the 39 car. He's running this car back too again. Not running the Menards 27 because that car was not in this group here. If I did the 2011 mod though, which I need to go find where I have that mod stored again. he would have probably ran it back in that 27 car. Grant Green will be in the 43. So yeah, he is back in the series here. He did kind of leave for a little bit, but I included him back with my friend here to say, hey, why not go and bring him series here? And me not really telling a lot of my friends or people at work about this series and including them in it. I don't think Kirsten even knew that Grant was actually running in this series here. I didn't even tell him when he told me this last week. But yeah, Grant Green will be back in the 43 car for this series here. Then you have the newest driver in the league, Ivy Noble, running the field here. Just the younger brother to Anaya Ferris here, and I just met him last week. And yeah, the little day before 7, I just chose one of the kind of back markerish numbers for him in the series here for the first series for him to try out, see what he could do. Not expecting much from Ivy though in the series just yet. We'll probably see going next year full time in the Xfinity cars. But yeah, Ivy will be in the series here in the 47 car. Then you have me, the guy who's still the winningest driver this year. Jalen Balance has been right there band for band with me all year. Yeah, Caleb Campbell in the 48, and like I said, I will try to not win the championship. I will make sure it's a fair fight for everybody in this series here. But hey, I would like to get a win or two anyway. But yeah, Caleb Campbell in the 48 car, without a doubt. Still the best driver in the league, though, and yeah, he's being really challenged for that right now. Caleb Campbell in the 48 will be the 48 here. They have Latanya Gray in the 56. Yeah, Latanya will come back, and I guess this is foreshadowing for an announcement I haven't made yet, but she will be in the 56 car here for the season. I will say though, she's not driving the 56 next year, but yeah, just a little bit foreshadowing here. I know doing this video, people will probably skip through and see where cars are and not really pay attention to my talking, so I figured why not just to say I'm foreshadowing several Latanya here for next year. But Latanya, she's actually ran pretty good lately too in some of the races here. Fortunately, because she's had a bit of a struggle in the Cup Series, has ran really good though in the 96 season so far. You have Kaylin Calicio in the 83 car. Her second full series, she hasn't really ran well in the 96 series, and I might expect a little bit of the same here, maybe top 20 contention. But like I say, with this league being very competitive, you could possibly think you'd be a top 5 driver. It might be running 20th anyway. But yeah, we'll see how it goes here when we start the season. But yeah, Caitlin will be in the Red Bull 83 here in this season. Then you have Braden C in the 88 car. Braden, a bit of a perennial contender. He's been kind of looking for that 4th career championship this year in a good few of the series so far. And for Braden C, I think he could go for a 4th championship here, possibly in this series or next year. Yeah, Brady C will be in number 88 here. Gotta make sure he's in the Earnhardt schemes here in this season. Then you have Joshua Bartlett. Bartlett will be in the number 98 here. Menard's number 98 here, or Paul Menard's 98. And funny enough, too, I never knew in 2010 because I didn't really watch 2010 as a NASCAR fan. It was really one of my first years getting to know NASCAR. I was more into Monster Jam back then. I did not know that Richard Petty Motorsports had 4 cars because this was the year I guess they did that merger with Evernham, Gillette Evernham, whatever, and Richard Petty Motorsports. And then I'm pretty sure this one and the 19 were gotten rid of by the end of this year. But yeah, it's pretty cool though for Joshua. He's ran very well. I mean, top 10 in the Cup Series standings. I think he can get up here and contend some more better. Not sure in this car though. But yeah, Joshua Bartlett, he is definitely like Jet Turner, very young, but definitely possibly a good driver to watch out for in these championships here in the future. And finally on the roster, and I think I've had him be the last driver in a lot of these series here on the rosters. Eli Johnson's number 99. Yeah, Eli, the winningest driver without a championship in the overall wins. Also, probably in the Cup Series in general too. Actually, Eli Johnson. We drive number 99 car. He did get a win in the Inter 3 side with this car back in 2022. I remember that hillside race. And yeah, Eli, not sure what he'll do here. He's been a quiet top 10 driver all year, I'd say. And we'll just see what if he can keep it up here in this series. And that will finally do here for the roster. So your schedule for the series here will be 24 races. So I'm not even going to really go through the list of the races actually on this screen. I was going to say them right now, right here. So we will start season at the new Atlanta, the 2022 Atlanta that I have been running lately. To open up the season there, just a little fun race on that track. And it'll be our only Atlanta Motor Speedway race, by the way, on the season. Watkins Glen will be race 2. Also, I did a random name wheel for this schedule. So, yeah, this schedule is very random. But, yeah, so Watkins Glen will be the first race. And also, I will say, too, the finale in Atlanta, were the only race that actually set in stone because I want Atlanta to be the opener. And the finale, there's a reason why I want the finale to be the finale it's going to be. Yeah, Watkins Glen. Then we have Michigan and then Auto Club back-to-back on 2-mile tracks here in the series. 2016 Rockingham, probably going to be the day version. Like I said, I'm probably not going to do a lot of recordings on this season. Likely Atlanta and the finale will be the main ones I do recordings for. Maybe that race 13. We'll get to race 13 in a bit because it is another plate race on the track we don't go to a lot. Yeah, the Daytona night race will be in this season here. Texas Motor Speed once again. I love the old school Texas in this game, not the current day Texas. So whenever I have a chance to run in these series, I'm actually going to run it more now. Probably not running year long format though. And I do have that schedule done by the way. Just waiting to reveal it. I'm gonna wait a little while to reveal it. Bristol at night will be race number 8. Then Colorado will be round 9. Darlington round 10. Then Richmond and Martinsville end off the first half of the season. And we open up the second half at Pensacola Raceway, the super speedway track I have in the game, which last ran the season opening clash in this series here actually this year. Then we go to Portland. We'll use the newer Portland, which we just basically saw would be just a track position battle track. Then we'll be return to Memphis. We don't really run Memphis a lot, so I figure why not run it here. Las Vegas, the 2014 Las Vegas, which is really one of my favorite tracks I have not won on yet because that track is so difficult sometimes. But yeah, it's also really fun at the same time too. That we have Kansas Raceway. So like Michigan Auto Club, we get 2 D Oval Mile and a half back to back, Vegas and Kansas. Talladega Super Speedway, that'll be the last Super Speedway race on the season at race 18. Nashville Super Speedway, which we're going to be running Nashville here pretty soon in the Cup Series on Tuesday. Then it's going to be Denver Motorsport Park, this will be the second race of Denver overall in the league, which we ran here last year in the CRL X Series. And this will be the last race before it makes its Cup debut next year in the Cup Series. Yeah, the Nashville short tracks and fairgrounds, so we are running both Nashville tracks in this series schedule here. And another little fun fact, I did not know that Nashville actually had a televised races in 1984 till I watched the NASCAR Made History's video yesterday, the whole thing for the 84 season. It was either yesterday or the day before I had watched it. Yeah, so then you have the Milwaukee Mile, which that's also another track returning to Cup next year. The Road Atlanta will be the second to last race on the season, and we're ending the season off at Homestead Miami Speedway. And I chose Homestead Miami because because next year it will not be the Cup finale. So I figured since that will be the last race overall this year, based on how the season will likely end with way after the Cup Series is done, I figured it's right to have Homestead be the finale for the last race of the year and cap off 2025 with that track. So that'll do here for this video. I'm gonna go put this back into this mod for tomorrow. And yeah, sorry this video is really long. Usually a lot of talk here in these videos like this. Anyway, thank you for watching Camp Wrestling. I does this video like always here, and can't wait for the finale tomorrow for the CRL 96 to finally get that season done. It's felt like it's been a pretty long season. It's been a really fun one as well, even though I've had a lot of struggles there too. But as we keep Camp Wrestling signing out, and I'll see y'all in the next one.